YouTube, what's good, y'all, man? It's your boy Justice coming at y'all with another YouTube read, another Energy Collective read. Hope this finds you guys a clarifying time of your day. Remember to take what resonates and please leave the rest behind. Appreciate your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. Let's go and get started. Angels of the highest of white light, please bestow upon me clear and concise channel messages for my collective needs to hear today. Thank you, and Ashe. Please clear out any type of distorted energies that's getting in the way of this read, please. Some off energies, but either way, this kind of accommodates with the message anyway. Whoever this is for, you're a walking trigger, and so I'm starting off this message with there's something about how you illuminate what others may not want to see, face, or accept, or want to be seen, or accepted, or whatever that is, gratified by your energy. A lot of you guys possess a certain light or a certain authenticity to you. It doesn't have to be necessarily that in the specific, I always say light, and so to speak, it can generalize itself, but a lot of you guys have an authenticity that you emanate from because of your light, or your energy just naturally emanates this authentic signal that it can kind of radiate, and illuminate what's out of signal, out of place, or what's, not necessarily in, let's say, alignment, or somebody that's walking in some type of lie, any type of things like that. A lot of you guys illuminate these things. A lot of you guys, to go with the light thing, a lot of you guys got a lot of light to you in terms of what brings you, let's see, like your spirit may have a sense of confidence about it. A lot of you guys walk with a certain groundedness and a certain peace in your spirit that kind of, it can trigger others that are maybe not in, let's say, alignment with their own peace or groundedness within, right? And so a lot of you guys are kind of like way showers in this way, or you're going to be pushed to be way showers in this way, or somebody that pushes their ideas out, and whether that's just in the presence of other people, or like, in terms of expression, in your expression and how you express to people, that vocality is significant. A lot of you guys, I could be tapping into a vocalist, but I've been singing a lot, so that's probably why I was kind of thinking that to channel. I could actually be channeling that, I'm not really sure. But a lot of times, a lot of people can't handle your energy for too long. I got some bullet points to kind of go through. But a lot of times, a lot of people can't really handle, if you notice, a lot of you guys that may be aligned or feel aligned, resonates with this message, you may feel that a lot of people can't really stay around this energy for too long because something will come up, or something will illuminate, or you'll see something, things like this. A lot of people may feel judged in your energy. A lot of people may feel highly critical of themselves in your energy. A lot of people may be very, very off-put by your energy. A lot of you guys are very expression-filled, so you may have a certain just approach about you that could be very confident, very bold, maybe, and tapping into that. Like, a lot of you guys have a certain energy about you that, can kind of bring out the angers in other people, whether it's your guys' success. A lot of you guys are like, with your ideas, you're moving forward, or you simply continuously moving ahead of what was not deemed for you to be moving ahead of. A lot of times that can create a certain level of, resentment from those that are expecting different. Walking triggers. A lot of you guys are literally influencers in the public eye. I tap into that a lot. I get that energy a lot, but I don't speak on that too much because I usually always get that message. But a lot of you guys have a lot of influence to your energy, whether that's with people disliking versus liking you. A lot of you guys have dealt with a polarization in terms of how people take to you, and it can usually split. Maybe people very much, take to you very closely, or they don't take to you, in a certain, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of you guys possess, this polarity aspect that could have you guys, indecisive in terms of certain aspects of what you express or what you represent, right? A lot of you guys come from foundations of traditional environments in which that you kind of go a different way, right? Whether it's from belief systems, whether it's a job, career, not destination, occupation thing, or a, relationship thing, whatever, a race thing, whatever that is, right? A lot of different people, different situations, but a lot of times these things can correlate back to a certain sense of like a mold, so to speak, or a box that a lot of you guys may have felt put in these type of differentiating situations. But it's like almost like key for you to break out of it. A lot of you guys are filled with a lot of passion or wisdom or creativity or a mixture of all three, and certain things or elements that may not be so mainstream, so to speak. And I'm here to talk about that as well. A lot of you guys are meant to be kind of pushed toward the forefront, which I was kind of channeling earlier, but for a reason that you're meant to bring something new in terms of to the front stage, in that way. That can differentiate itself. It doesn't have to be television. It doesn't have to be in the industry. It doesn't have to be on YouTube. It doesn't have to be, it could be any of those things. But what I'm saying is a lot of you guys are going to probably be the ones that influence certain things to be more maybe popular or more practiced or more in tuned with in terms of how people take to these things. A lot of things that people are seeking nowadays are, like I've been saying, authenticity, truth, and just candidness. And when I say candidness, it's almost like natural elements of life and natural things that are not so manipulated or fragmented or cultivated for a different agenda other than what's seen. A lot of people want to see natural things and authenticity. A lot of you guys may be a little older than me, right? You may have come from a different generation, right? So, for example, a lot of things that maybe you believed in or maybe you followed or aspired to be in, maybe those things were not accepted before. But it's almost at a different age now, as we can all kind of see. A lot of things are kind of coming to surface, and it's making people think for themselves. And so that's kind of like the alignment that I'm speaking of in terms of what's more so probably prone to be looked at or sought after in this day and age than any other age. And that authenticity, which could be that very trigger point for a lot of people, it's a good thing. You know, that difference or that authenticity, a lot of you guys are just blunt. A lot of you guys have become a lot more boundary setting. A lot of you guys are still working on those things and just channeling energy. But it's something about how your authenticity reflects in those unique aspects of yourself that only you could be. It's something that could probably be shed a little more light on or gratified a little more by anybody that's feeling aligned with this message. But a lot of times you may piss a lot of people off, you know, walking in your authenticity because it may not be so corresponding to what other people believe to be or what other people want to believe, right? It's never usually outside the two, right? A lot of you guys have already experienced that in terms of understanding that you may not always be understood on this path, this journey that you're taking, or with certain aspects that you're either creating or parts of you, right? And so a lot of times that authenticity is still like a beacon for other people in terms of how they take to it, whether it gains a lot of attraction, attention, and that doesn't necessarily mean in a likewise way, a like-minded way, or an aligned way. It could be in a polarizing way. It could be in a lot of different ways, as you guys probably have experienced. But one thing it is, it's a beacon, it's a catapult, and it's a platform that may inspire or influence others to walk more into their uniquenesses in a more confident discretion or in a more open discretion. A lot of times that we're seeing in this world, a lot of things are fragmented. It's for you to be a certain way to get a certain thing, or you got to be like this to do this. And a lot of things of this next generation are going to be the opposite in terms of just the ones that are set out are probably going to be the ones that are seen, right? And the ones that step outside that scene, because it's going to get to a point where there's not too much different out here. As you guys understand that, especially in America, it's not too much different. You know what I mean? You see the same personalities, you see the same goals, the same aspirations, and that's not to shame. You know, subjectively, we have a lot of different likes and dislikes. But I'm saying a lot of times we have this module of what to be and how to be it. And it's never usually about that because it's supposed to be subjectively through you. And so this message, when you're a trigger because you're just naturally being yourself, that is kind of the most primal thing of this kind of age, or what's going to be, because people are seeing through lies and illusions very easily. And so that brings people to want to see what the truth looks like. And so a lot of you guys may represent that, right? And so I think that's my last one. If you need a personal with me, hit up Shamika Sun with a C and Shamika@gmail.com. I've got a few partnerships. If you're interested in 20% off of either one, Outer Spirit for any vibration enhancing jewelry through the crystals that are embedded through it, you can check that out, 20% off in the description. And Rose Forever New York, rose bouquets, flower decor, and things like that for 20% off of either or. I mean, anything on that site. And Amazon Web Services for any programming software development tools and apps and kits that are associated with those things. 20% off will be in the link description below. Other than that, I appreciate all your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. Besides that, it's your boy Justice. I'm sending my love and Ashe. Peace out.